Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. All right, guys, what we're going to talk about on this episode of the Bullet Points is continuing our march towards the midterms. One of the things that we do on this channel, it's our core tenets, is we're going to pass the Second Amendment along to the next generation. The way we've done it so far in the last 2 years, we've held the line against the Biden infringements. But what we're going to do now is march to those midterms, and then we're going to start putting pressure on our Republicans once we maintain control again, because we are going to get these gun rights moving in the positive direction. But in that quest, I've got to make you aware of some things that are going on. We've got some great things that are going on nationally, and then we have some pretty rough things that have now transpired, and they are reversing in the state of Georgia for the Senate. The House, kind of a foregone conclusion. The Senate, it's where it's at, and this is an important factor in that outcome. Everything will be linked in the description box below. I'm going to say a quick word from our sponsor, Kamikoto Knives, and then we're going to hit it, and I cannot wait to hear what you guys think in the comments field below. Now, the sponsor for this episode of Freedom is Kamikoto Knives. Now, of course, knives are a little outside of our realm, but every single 2A advocate needs to fuel their body, and to do that, you need the right tool in the kitchen, which is why I want to show you guys these things. These Kamikoto knives are legit. Right out of the box, check out not only the exquisite design and the nature, but look at the balance on that knife. I got a few things to tell you about them. I can't wait to hear what you guys think, and we're going to hit it in 1 second. The knives are made with a high-quality Japanese steel using traditional techniques. Each knife is individually inspected and comes with a lifetime guarantee. The knives come in a heavy-duty ash wood box, which makes them a great present. The knives are used by Michelin star chefs all over the world, so why shouldn't they fuel your freedom in your kitchen? Now, Kamikoto has several special offers going on right now and is offering my viewers an extra $50 off on any purchase with the discount code Langley. On top of their special offers, go to kamikoto.com/Langley to get your knife set and help support our channel. All right, so as I mentioned in the intro, I'm going to lay this out in two different ways. The first thing I'm going to show you is the national environment, what we've got going on, the tailwinds that are going with us here for our gun rights in the midterms. Then I'm going to show you some headwinds that came out of nowhere very recently, again in the state of Georgia. This is something that you need to know, and make sure you spread this information out so we can have some good data to go forward. And by all means, please vote, 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 vote. Please vote. And take all your friends as well, because we need to drive this home as much as we can. But with that, I'm going to start off with the presidential approval rating. This kind of sets the table nationally. So right now, out of 1,500 likely voters, Biden is on the decline right now in his approval numbers. His disapproval is rising. He had a nice little bump there, but my educated guess is with OPEC reducing oil production by 2 million gallons a day, or excuse me, barrels a day, you're going to see a dramatic gas increase right around election time, which is going to make his disapproval go even higher. But we don't deal with what will happen, we deal with what's actually happening. So let's continue on this, because I got more of a picture to paint for you. This is out of October 7 on Friday. The 2022 midterm elections are now 32 days away, and Republicans have a 4-point lead in their bid to recapture control of Congress. The latest Rasmussen Reports national telephone and online survey finds the elections for Congress were held today. 47% of likely U.S. voters would vote Republican, while 43% would vote Democrat. Just 3% would vote for some other candidate, but another 7% are not sure. So, the big takeaway here is that is a dramatic increase from last week, because we've been tracking this. The GOP lead is up 3 points from last week. That is a tremendous jump in just 1 week this close to the election. And we're starting to see it in other races. The video I do later tonight is going to be on the Republican pickups and the holds, because that's important. But Republicans have led the generic congressional ballot all year, although their lead has narrowed significantly since mid-July when they led by as much as 10 points. Okay, that's fine, whatever. And here is a graphical representation from RCP. This is Real Clear Politics. Again, everything is linked so you guys can follow along. As you can see, the Republicans are pulling away from the Democrats in the generic across-the-board polling. But now, I've got some new information to show you. This I find fascinating. What I'm showing you is a Real Clear Politics projection for all the key Senate races. There's a few columns here I'm going to walk you through, but this is crucial because as you can see, if you go all the way to the far right, the Real Clear Politics projection for November 8th is all the GOP holds, GOP pickups, and 2 Dem holds. You'll notice that that is heavily red. Now, what I'm going to focus on later on in the next video are the GOP pickups, because there's a lot of momentum that is going that direction, as well as the holds, because key states are being held. However, I want to show you Georgia right now. But before I get into it, I'm going to show you one more thing on this little graph. Do you see the adjusted poll average as of October 8th? It's the second to the right column. This is saying, the polls underestimated, third to the right. These are all the polls that are underestimated and are showing the true outcomes. As you can see, there's not accurate data reporting across the board according to Real Clear Politics. That's why Kelly in Arizona is winning by 1.8 in the polling, but they've got it as a GOP pickup. We're going to hit that later tonight. But we got to dive into Georgia because, as I told you, I'm from Georgia. This hurts my soul, but we got to talk about it. So, the Georgia Senate race, Walker versus Warnock. Right now, they've got the RCP average ranking as a toss-up. They're now projecting a Democratic hold because Walker is falling off of a cliff. Now, I would normally say that's just projection, but it's an anomaly across the board of what I just laid out for you. There's a lot of very intense ads going against Walker in Georgia. I can attest to that personally, and they're clearly taking effect. It would really bum me out if we lost the opportunity to get Raphael Warnock out of the Senate and add another GOP pickup to this list of 2, making it 3. So right now, if you follow Real Clear Politics, you're talking about a +2 pickup, leaving us at my number of 52 to 48. That's just a guess. It's a hypothesis, but that's where this would be. Now let me show you what's actually happening in a graphical representation of Georgia. Now this is interesting to see. As you can see, Warnock and Walker got very, very close about mid to late September, and then beginning of October, Walker fell off a cliff. Warnock stayed roughly the same. Walker fell off a cliff. So this is what Mitch McConnell would say is poor candidate quality. That's not what I'm saying. That's what he's saying. If you're looking at one candidate that's falling off of a cliff graphically like that in all the polling, there's only 2 things possible. One, the polling is dramatically wrong in the same direction, or the candidate is just not landing it. Those are the only 2 things that it could be. Now, I don't know if Georgia's going to flip back to red or stay blue, but this is not an encouraging sign, particularly when you are seeing Pennsylvania trend red, Nevada is going red, Arizona is trending red. All the different places are holding in the GOP. The only one, going back to the original document that I was showing you with Real Clear that shows you the projections, the only one that's not a surprise here is New Hampshire. No kidding. But Georgia being a dim hold really puts some sand in my oatmeal. But that's what I've got for you guys. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see you tonight where we go over the GOP pickups, and I cannot wait to show you some of the holds as well, because this is getting spicy. Thank you so much, and I'll see you then.